quality bromate-free, all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Southern Main Road, Canupia.
Ronix Premium Quality.
Hello, good night everyone. Welcome to this episode of Breaking Barriers, yet another Crackshot edition. I am Richard Jagasa and I'm your co-host together with Uncle Nazim. Uncle Nazim, how are we feeling tonight?
Not too bad. But first, assalamu alaikum and good night to everyone. I would just like to inform the public the situation with my brother Inchan. He is resting comfortable. He is okay. He needs all the rest and all the duas, the prayer that you could say for him. But as it stands, he's resting comfortable and he definitely will be back with us. So Richard, that's it. What's on the agenda?
We have a packed agenda tonight. I think we have to start doing these shows twice a week now. Once a week is not enough.
Election coming up, so we might have to do it every day.
And we might have to do something every day. We hear from the viewers what they want to hear. If they want to hear us more, what?
All right, but before you get cracking, there's just one birthday wish I would like to give, that is. One birthday wish in the sense that yesterday was my son's birthday and today is my daughter's birthday. She's down here from London with her husband Brian. So both Javid and Nelissa, that is, I would like to wish you all many happy birthdays again and all the best. All right.
Right. As we on the topic of celebrations, we have some scholarship winners, some newly called to the bar attorneys and so on. We want to say congratulations to. There are 2 scholarship winners in particular, President Medal winner Alicia Dipchan and Teddy Mohammed Jr. They were hailed in the newspaper this week as the children of a bookseller and so on, and they have gotten, there we go, bookseller's son and hardware worker's daughter win President's Medal, and there we have it. What lovely, lovely, lovely individuals to have won President medals. The children of bookseller and a hardware children of a bookseller, and a hardware worker have achieved the highest academic honor in the country, earning President's Medal for their exceptional performance in the 2024 Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examinations. Teddy Mohammed Jr., a first-year medical student, and Alicia Dipchan, who hopes to study international business, credited their success to hard work, sacrifices, and the support of their family. Speaking about her journey shortly after the announcement, Dipchan said the award marked the culmination of years of dedication. Let's go to the other slide, where we have Miss Dipchan by herself. Raised by her grandmother, Anna, Dipchan said her passion for subjects like Spanish, French, geography made studying an enjoyable experience. She says, I didn't see it as studying. It was about exploring my passion and diving deeper into academics. It's never felt like a burden, she said. And expressing joy at the help she received from her grandmother, Dipchan said, my grandmother always taught me to do my best, not to do better than anyone else, but give my best effort. She made countless sacrifices to support me, ensuring I could pursue my education. She was one picking me up and dropping me off to school, in primary school and secondary school. And the reason I chose to read that excerpt is because, you could come back to me, is because it shows the need, or rather how far family encouragement can get you. In this case, not even a mother or father, her grandmother, stepped up to the plate, as the case may be. Similarly, in Teddy Mohammed's Jr. case, he underscores the importance of family, love, and unity. That's his quote. We've always been a supportive unit, and that encouragement made all the difference, he said. Mohammed said he and his wife, I guess that's Mohammed Sr., he and his wife, Diane, who are involved in charity initiatives, imparted strong values to his children. He says, God knows best what we do. The children always benefit. That they got guidance from the good Lord and they achieved the best they could, he said. And it's indicative of what society should display as we move forward in life. And
on the topic of the same scholarships, Richard, I think we should also congratulate, I think it's either Raymond Ramnarayan, or I'm not sure if it's Raymond Ramnarayan or if it's Rennie. I do have the article in front of me, where his son also got a scholarship.
Certainly.
And they are ardent listeners of Breaking Barriers, so we would like here at Breaking Barriers to send out our heartiest congratulations to the Ramnarayan family. I hope I got it right, and as I say, I'm not sure if it's Raymond or Rennie, but I'm now getting information here that is Raymond. Raymond, congratulations, boy, you had to sing a chutney on that. Okay.
Yes, of course. In fact, I also wanted to highlight the entire list. All of the scholarship winners. You can zoom in, guys. All of the scholarship winners are deserving of congratulations because it's hard work. So there's a list of scholarship winners, and of course we congratulate all of them. I wanted to point out the extent to which the family dedication, service to God and country and that kind of thing played a part in these children receiving what they've received. There's another individual, just a couple of years older. Let's go to the other slide. No, an individual, there we go, a young man, Vishal Prasad. He got called to the bar last week. He got called to the bar on the 22nd of November, along with other law students. And his story really, really, with first-class honors in 2019, his story really is something that could bring tears to your eye, and perhaps we should all attempt to emulate it, because he did law as a second degree. He worked his way through law to pay for all of his books and so on. I think I remember reading that he did a first degree while working in a grocery, and then he got some money and he was able to enter into law and so on, and dedication and determination. And you see, that devotion, determination, desire, the drive that he has is the drive that all persons in all aspects of their life should exhibit. Especially, if coming from the legal profession, I could speak from that angle and say that that will make him, that determination alone to strive, even in the face of adversity, is adamant, is admirable, you know. And for that reason, I want to say here today, publicly, Vishal Prasad has a place in any matter I'm doing. He has a place at my desk. He has a place in my law library. He has a place with me. If he ever so desires to sit in matters and learn, which is really how junior lawyers learn, he has a place with me. I make that announcement here today.
Very good one, Richard. Now, on the aspect of this, Richard, remember SEA students?
Yes.
Why did they stop honoring SEA students? If they could honor people at this level, students at this level, right? Which is good. I have no problem with that. But why just stop honoring SEA students who have sacrificed so much?
Yeah, I think I remember there was some issue some time ago where two individuals tied and they withdrew the letters, and then someone wrote a pre-action protocol letter relevant to it, and I think the Minister of Education reissued the letters and then made an announcement she's not going to do this anymore, you know. And it really, I think the point you want to make is that when you have those awards, people strive for excellence.
Exactly.
People strive for excellence. And now by removing the awards, nobody benefits. Because you still do have persons placing top 100, top 3,
and
top 5.
you have to take them through the FYA to even find out where they place.
Absolutely correct. And I agree with you. It should be something that we honor. It should be a trend that we maintain, because I don't see it. I don't see it as making persons feel disenchanted or disenfranchised. I see it as persons being encouraged.
Correct.
Encouraged to rise. Now, when it comes to these individuals who always strive for excellence, such as the persons who won scholarships, such as the individual who got called to the bar, Vishal Prasad, I want to make a point that they didn't receive any special treatment. They didn't receive any Makandal Daga scholarship, no dean special assistance, no favoritism. These people did that on their own.
Now you on your own, eh?
These people did that on their own, and they should be commended. Even the SCA students as well. Right. So, I know you had a video you wanted to start off with.
Well, we will start off with the video, but first, a little on a lighter note. You know, Sunday, my daughter here, so we decided to go to Maracas. Mm-hmm. We head up Maracas Beach, man. Bathe, enjoying myself, weather nice. We're going to buy bacon shack. So when you're going to buy bacon shack, you look for the person who is top notch in bacon shack in the at Maracas. Mm-hmm. I don't want to call no name. I want to call the establishment name and thing. People will read through the lines, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we go and pay for the bacon shack. A half an hour pass. So my daughter saying, don't worry. We getting hot bacon shack, man. They're taking long, the frying and a batch. I say, all right, no problem, man, if you say so. When the bacon shack come out, it's like they take it out from the fridge.
Cool.
And the shack, like they mince it. I say, but what trouble is this, boy? Well, you see the establishment, and they have no links machine. They say all cash. And they say they're going no cash.
Cashless.
Mm-hmm. So that establishment, you have to do something with your service. It really sucks. I ain't buying no bacon shack there again. I think I go make my bacon shack home and go to Maracas. But
pass and drop for me.
But if we could show the video with the roundabout. Now, plenty people seems to not know how to drive on a roundabout.
Right.
Like, for instance, the two cars at the top, right? That happened to me on Sunday. I was on the inside of the roundabout and a vehicle was on the outside. So right where I was a little way back and the one on the left was a little way higher up on the blue line, right? So when he reached before the dotted line, he decided to pull. And if I didn't slam brakes, I was going to hit him smack in the middle.
Right.
So people with the blue not supposed to turn right to come on the roundabout.
Right.
And that is a lot of mistakes people make and they cause accidents.
Correct. Yeah.
Similarly with the green. You have one, you could swing to your left and you could swing to your right. And plenty of people making mistakes. And you know what accidents it is have on the roundabout by Twin City Mall? And a guy now told me about by Price Plaza accidents because people don't understand how to drive wrong or roundabout. They try to rush it because, you know,
They don't take the shortest line.
if it have traffic or it move, you know, they're trying to duck in and out.
Yeah.
So people, all you be careful on the roundabout. It mightn't be life-threatening, but you still have to fix somebody's car.
Yeah.
Depending on the speed.
It causes a lot of traffic, and I think this week we all saw that when the cement truck turned over on the Southbound Highway.
Was total chaos,
Yeah.
from what I understand.
So traffic in general is not something that we like. So of course, ladies and gentlemen, be careful on the roundabout. If you're turning off the first lane, you be on the far left. If you're going around, you be on the inside lane.
So
Careful and courteous on the road.
now we have a next video. You want to go with that one time?
Of course, go ahead.
All right, guys, we're going with the blogger.
Now these are sentiments that have been made public by this individual. So we're just sharing what has already been made public.
This evening, a PNM cabinet minister leaked a cabinet note to the opposition to create problems for the Minister of Finance because a PNM cabinet minister who interested in becoming the next political leader of the party threatened by Imbert of all people, and only because Imbert is a senior member of the party, right? And let me tell you why I'm saying this. This story became a big deal by when this evening.
Now, folks, you will realize we blocked off a certain portion of that video. It wasn't really good for public viewing. You know, it's very distasteful, so we had to blank it off because, you know, I now eat and I wouldn't like to vomit on the set. So we had to blank that off.
So the blogger is talking about somebody in cabinet leaked a cabinet minute to the opposition, and she said somebody have a problem with Imbert just because he's a senior cabinet member. But Imbert have all this power. Imbert is the greatest short man of the PNM.
I'm telling you.
Imbert is the smiley of the People's National Movement. Imbert is the no riot man. Imbert is the foreign exchange no crisis man. Imbert is the demi riot yet and increased gas.
And he's the man who does always talk the truth. 1 minute is 17 million. And next minute is how much? Cost overrun? 200 and something?
Yeah.
He not so good with figures.
The money missing according to the Auditor General, man. Come na man, Imbert, come na man. But anyway, so the blogger is saying that somebody leaked a cabinet minute. Well, we were trying to figure out who it could be. It can't be, well, it's not Imbert because...
It could be a young person.
Could be a young person, right?
Could be somebody who come in go in.
It could be somebody who come in or go in.
And the next one, it could be...
But she's implying it's somebody who vying for the leadership.
Well, I'm watching the two...
So publicly, who has vied for the leadership so far?
Who is in a position...
Who sits in cabinet?
Yes.
Right.
Stuart Young.
Right.
Foster Cummins.
Right.
And...
Well, it can't be Heinz because he don't have he on the way out.
Heinz, not the way out. Heinz get kicked out.
Right. So that means...
But he get kicked out.
Right.
but he probably do like how he get kicked out.
Right.
So suppose, just suppose, I'm going to leave it right there.
Real bacchanal in the PNM, you know, boy.
Nah, PNM do a bacchanal.
Real bacchanal in the PNM, boy.
do have no bacchanal, boy.
Oh, God,
It's only UNC there's a bacchanal. PNM do have no bacchanal.
Leaking official government documents, boy. Anyway, so as we on this PNM bacchanal don't know what they're doing talk, could we have the Rowley video, please? And before we play it, let me put it in context, guys. You can let me know when it's ready to go up. We have in our country a prime minister allegedly on his way out, we yet to see, we'll debate that another time, who increased his own salary by 47%. $87,000 and change plus perks. I know your tongue runs out of the chair already.
Yeah, them perks has been too much.
Who gave you 4%, 3%, if so much. Who gave us nothing, and himself 47% increase. Let's hear what he has to say. Let's get a Rowley video played, please.
Let us get rid of the gimme attitude.
Every road to be built in this country has to be built by the government. Every school, every health center, every this, every that. Well, you better begin to be weaned off the government.
The period between now and 2027 would be one of difficulty for the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
So you're going to try to bridge a gap between the rich and the poor?
I'm not really trying to interfere with the bridge between the rich and the poor because there's nothing wrong with the rich getting richer.
Actually, we are the smallest ethnic group in Trinidad.
But the most powerful.
So who runs this country?
Like everywhere else. That 1%.
You have to find a way that you encourage the rich to get richer.
At one time, we used to have a huge middle class, which was a sort of a security in terms of any possible conflict between the haves and the have-not. But now that's eroding and they're getting poorer. So they're starting to get angry.
I mean, how long can people put up with something before they decide this is enough?
The period between now and 2027 would be one of difficulty for the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
The Prime Minister had no objection to the recommendation, which will see politicians receive a wage increase, some a quite hefty one.
We believe that we bring value by working hard, by working honestly for the people of the country. And the benefits are there to be seen by those who want to see benefits.
They haven't rioted yet.
This increase is coming within the context of labor movements currently making the case that they too deserve a salary hike.
The period between now and 2027 would be one of difficulty for the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
The period between now and 2027 will be difficult for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, except Rowley, except senior cabinet officials, except those he considers to be hard workers and better than others.
But the laziest man, the laziest prime minister we ever had in this country, he is working hard.
That's what he says. And when I watched the video, you know what it echoed in my mind? You know these sentiments echoed in my mind? Every literature student knows this line. All of us are equal, but some are more equal than others. That's a quote from George Orwell's book Animal Farm. And it just so happens that on Friday, December 6th, in Friday, December 6th, Guardian, Dr. Joel T. Loxing wrote exactly that play, that screenplay, Animal Farm Syndrome, a play for Christmas. I encourage you all to read it. It's very good. And yeah, there we go. You have it on the screen. And for those of you who do not know, Animal Farm is simply the animals overthrowing their slave masters, which were humans, and then over time becoming more and more like humans, becoming more and more, and there we go, the well-known line, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. And while Rowley tells you to be weaned off the government, he reaches into the government's purse, the public purse, and feeds himself. While Rowley tells you everything that has to be done by the government. If you have to fix a road, it has to be done by the government. Time to get off that. He reaches into the public purse and gives himself 47% increase. While Rowley feeds himself, you are suffering with bad roads, an ill-equipped health sector, and poor security. He feeds himself. There was a line in the book, or rather, there was a theme in the book where the pigs, when they took over, they said, well, we do all the brain work. We do all of the hard work, so we need to get nourishment for the brain a little more than everybody else. That's the same thing Rowley just said. We work hard.
Right.
After he told you all, now till 2027 will be difficult, except for him, because he works hard. There was supposed to be a clip in there where he was sleeping in Parliament. I was there, right?
He and his partner.
Working hard. So it is in the same breath that he tells us it's going to be hard, tighten your belt. It takes 47% increase, 87,000 and change. 87,000 and change. And there we go, Rowley accept $87,000 salary increase, while he tells us there isn't enough to go around. We have to cut back, right? Every year we have to cut back. We have to cut back on public spending, on government spending, and so on. And the truth of it is that it rings far too close to Animal Farm for us not to call it out. Because the same way the pigs in Animal Farm said they need the little extra, I think it was milk and apples that they needed. They needed the little extra. He is telling us he needs the little extra, and he's taking it. And while the animals on Animal Farm starved during the winter, while the animals on Animal Farm died, Rowley, too, is just dipping into the public purse and feeding himself. Feeding himself. I only talk about feeding himself 87,000, nothing else, for anybody interpreted that differently. And when we compare this to even other Caribbean countries, it's laughable. Our neighbor in Guyana raises public servant salary by 10%. Look at that. Look at that. Guyana raised their public servant salary, and Rowley raised his own salary 47%.
And I think they even got each household got 100,000, whether you're living in Guyana or you're outside. Each one.
Yeah, and I think it was earlier this year, anybody over the age of 25, between 25 and 28, got an allowance as well, a one-time payout to be an investment in business or entrepreneurship. Look at that. Look at that.
The people benefiting from the resources of the country. What do we have to say about the resources that pass through this country like a dose of salt?
I'm glad you said it that way, because we have a video of Imbert the Great, Imbert the Short. You know Napoleon was short. They used to say Napoleon the Great. Yeah. Right, Imbert the Great, Napoleon the Great. And we're talking about Animal Farm, and Napoleon is one of the characters there as well. Let's play the video with Imbert, the greatest short man in the PNM, please.
The price of fuel by 15%. I then realized that was not enough. I came back again in April and I raised it again by 15%. And I came back again just a few weeks ago and raised it by another 15%. They haven't rioted yet. So I might raise it by another 15% in April of next year.
Again, Justin, rewind the laugh. Let the
price of fuel by 15%. I then realized that was not enough. I came back again in April and I raised it again by 15%. And I came back again just a few weeks ago and raised it by another 15%. They haven't rioted yet. So I might raise it by another 15% in April of next year.
So we laughing at all here.
Imagine that. Laughing all the way with the SRC report in pocket, all the way to the bank. Laughing and 150 million in back pay, right? Laughing. We haven't riot yet. That's them. That's them. That's the Animal Farm that we live on. That's where we are. They take the milk and the honey and give you the rusted nail They take all the cream and give you nothing. Go and work in the hot sun. That's what's going on in this country, you know. That's what's going on in this country. And there's another issue. I want to take the break before we do it, or do it now, boy. Let's take the break first, and when we come back, we'll deal with it. Continue this animal farm reality, this joke that the PNM has cast upon us.
The power. To shatter the strongest. Conquer the indestructible with Ronex collection of angle grinders.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high-quality bromate-free, all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
Ronex premium quality.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
Welcome back, everyone, on our episode of Breaking Barriers, Crackshot Edition. Richard Jagase here with Uncle Nazim, and we were just on the topic of the animal farm that Rowley and the PNM administration has forced on us for 9 years, going on 10. And I wanted to, I mentioned earlier that in Guyana, they were receiving 10% increase. We just got information. It is 10% retroactive, and starting January 2025, it's going to be 8% onwards. So that's annual, versus in Trinidad and Tobago, for the last 13 years, because people are still operating on 2013 salary, you're 4%, if so much. Look at that big difference. Look at that huge difference in treatment of human beings, given the state of the economy, given the standard of living we've grown to expect, and given the resources that our country has. And while our government feeds itself 47% increase, and people like Rowley laughing at us, and Imbert, what do you call that? You call that a heckle, a jekyll? What kind of laugh is that?
Boy, that short man, you had to leave that short man alone because I get myself in trouble if I had to say it on it.
So while Rowley laughs and Imbert spits in our faces, Faris goes to the bank and clears some of the biggest checks in the country. Let's bring up the article. This is a 2020 article and still a live issue to this day. Let's go to the headline. Let's start with the headline. 20 million in rent from the state. January 25th, 2020. Imagine that. While they tell you to wean off the government, some people just digging deeper and deeper. You must wean off the government. You must grow not to expect decent health care and so on. You must grow to not to expect the police to arrive and deal with domestic violence issues when it happens. You must grow to expect and find it common that the police don't lay charges on bullies that cause children to commit suicide. That's normal, while they get 20 million in rent. Let's go to the companies that are getting that 20 million. In the same article, One Alexander Place is rented from NJ Nahus Investments Limited by the Ministry of Public Utilities for $600,000 a month. 2, the Personnel Department rents 3 Alexander Street from Zaman Enterprises Limited at $575,000 a month. 3, NJ Nahus again. NJ Nahus Investments Limited also rents to the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services on 45A to 45C, St. Vincent Street, Port of Spain for $159,000 a month. If anybody can't find that building, that's right next to Faris's attorney's office. Right next to his office, same building, 45A to 45C, St. Vincent Street, same building. Well, they don't know where to find it. 4, NJ Nahus also rents a property at the corner of Agra Street in St. James to Trinidad and Tobago Police Service for $356,000 per month. That's $356,000 per month, right? I'm saying that correctly?
$356,000 a month.
You see my math teacher right there? You go help me with something just now. There we go. And you can come back to me now. So NJ Nahus, and what was the name of the other company? Zaman. I find Zaman sounding familiar. I find some. Let's go to who owns those companies now. Let's answer that burning question. Who collecting all that money, boy? Let's go to the other photo, Justin. The document. Do we have it? There we go. Notice of change of directors filed in November 2nd, 2011. Zaman Enterprises Limited. Scroll down. Scroll down from 2 Windy Drive. And who's? Faris Arawi. Of 45A to 45C, St. Ministry. The man put the address as one of the buildings renting. The man put the address, so the man put his address by one of the buildings that we're renting. Imagine that. But what this means, let's be fair, you could just scroll down a little bit. What this means is that you can stop there. Faris took his name off as a director and added Mona Nahus and Nazim Nahus as directors.
Not me, eh? Nazim.
Well, I go to ask, you know. I wanted to ask. And for those of you who do not know, Mona Nahus is his wife and Nazim Nahus is his father-in-law, yes?
No, he could simply say he reclused himself.
Remember? No, that's what he says.
That is what he said.
That is what he says. But come on, man. So Mona Nahus collects the rent from these buildings as part director, and unless you're operating a stupid business, you're collecting profit, and you're going in the same house as Faris Arawi, 45A, according to this document, I sure they're not
but
saying.
She ain't giving him no money.
Oh God, wait telling me now.
She not giving him no money from that.
So she do buy rice and cook and thing and he eat from it.
He on his own, he had to spend his minister's salary. He ain't getting nothing from that because he recluse himself.
Use reality Nazim they talk about, you know. You know too much.
You understand? He getting
You know too much. That's Zaman Enterprises. Apparently, you see that word Zaman, man of Stuart Young probably was added. I don't know. Let's go to the other business, please. Let's go to the other company. What is it? NJ Nahus? Let's go to this is annual returns filed in 2022. Nazim Nahus, not this Uncle Nazim. Michael Nahus, Mona Nahus Arawi. Look, the address change. 2 Windy Drive, Westmoreland by the Sea, Westmoreland, Trinidad and Tobago. Gina Nahus and Gina Nahus just spelled with a J. And scroll along. Is there anybody else? And that's it. And these are all of the directors. The director of the company as of the date of the annual returns are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Nahus. 5 Nahus. And well, Mona is also an Alrawi. And those are the persons collecting that rent. You come back to me now. So while you get told there is not enough to go around, that's the family taking home 20 million in rent per year. That was at 2020. Considering that they won that election coming now, I'm not sure if it's more or less. But that is what they are telling us to accept.
25 million a year, you said, right?
The article said 20.
20?
Yes.
For 9 years?
For 9 years. For 9 years,
and
boy.
Faris again, nothing from that, boy?
It's tough for him, eh?
Boy, I feeling for Faris, boy.
Yeah, it must be hard. Because when he recused himself, from cabinet because why? He not a member of the company?
No.
That ain't making sense.
Nah, yeah, I'm really sorry for Faris. I'm sorry for you, boy.
Yeah.
Your wife making plenty more money than you.
And your father-in-law making, and whoever else is all in the whose people.
We gotta be real stupid in this country, you know.
No, that man recusing himself, the man taking him
and
off
he's
as
not
director.
the only one. Remember how much time Stuart Young recruits himself too? With
there are figures.
The company that his brother is running.
You're right, yes.
So is a recuse government we have. They're recusing themselves for a lot of money dealings.
Waiting they just do more of. They just recuse themselves from cabinet or they just sleep in parliament more. Which one you think?
Well, boy, that's hard to say because the two go hand in hand with them, you know.
Yeah.
The two go hand in hand with them.
Yeah. No, but you're right. It's really tough for Faris to know that his wife making all that money and he had to pay that gym membership fee on his own.
I'm telling you, boy,
he had to buy all them shirts 2 sizes smaller on his own.
And he getting a little wrinkle now, eh?
He had to move from ministry to ministry. They have him skipping and hopscotching on his own. He doing that. It's tough for him out there, boy, Faris, boy.
The man don't be in the limelight again since he get local government ministry. You don't see him.
You don't see him.
You don't see him climbing up on a pole and cutting branches.
Nothing.
He stop all them things.
Pressure for the man, boy.
Boy, he can't climb up. He like, I'm feeling sorry for the man. I honestly feeling sorry.
Pressure,
Faris, you're better than that. I wonder if Faris had anything to do with the leaking, boy.
You feel?
As they demote him from attorney general too, boy.
Or you feel he recused himself in that one and didn't even see the paper.
He must be recused himself.
All kind of thing with them, boy. All kind of thing with them. But that is not where we end tonight. Before I dive into this fresh issue, you wanted to discuss anything else?
Not really along the same lines, because I did raise it last week before you came with the cost overrun with the airport. I don't know if that is where you're going.
That is where I'm going, self, because when we talk about wastage of monies and people telling us to suck salt while they fatten their own pockets or fatten their wives' pockets or their fathers-in-law pocket, as the case may be, they're also burning money in the airport.
They're burning or they're washing money?
They're washing and then they're burning, and it's a waste of time.
But why is the Minister of Finance making so many mistakes when it comes to accountability with funds?
That is a very good question.
The Auditor General have him in a corner right now. And now he find himself in another corner with this airport.
And as we talking airport, guys, bring up the Daily Express headline, Privy Council. As we talking airport, it has been 22 years of anti-Bastille Pandey sentiments about Piako International Airport. Case on top of case, talking about money and corruption and all of that. This is the Privy Council saying political bias in the Piako Airport corruption case as it collapses. This is 2022. I want to read an excerpt from the judgment that came out last year. Thank God Pandey was able to live long enough to see his name cleared.
Correct.
You come back to me, guys. Paragraph 20 of the judgment of the Privy Council says, on the 4th of April 2007, the Court of Appeal quashed Basteu Pandey's conviction because of the appearance of bias on the part of the Chief Magistrate. That's all I'm reading from the decision. All the years that the PNM pelt murder the man, all the years that they fear-mongered over finances for the airport and so on, all of it, it took the Privy Council to say, was political bias. Right? Same way, recently, Privy Council had to say, what is going on with Imberde? Why nobody investigating him?
Exactly.
Why nobody investigating him? You know?
And they own the Auditor General.
Correct. And now we have a real airport scandal. Not a make-up one. Not one motivated by political bias. One that the government's own consultants say is cost overrun. One that says $500 million in cost overrun. $500 million in cost overrun. It says Mott MacDonald, which is one of the consulting firms, there are two and we'll talk about both, Mott and Gleeds. Mott MacDonald report says that the project has a 26% cost overrun. That is Mott saying that NIDCO, the government, through NIDCO, is paying this company to tell us certain things about the project. And Mott is saying 26% cost overrun. And it's taking more than twice as long as originally planned to complete. Mott is saying that. You will get to the part where Imbert says everybody lying,
Yeah.
We get to the part. But I want to make clear, Mott is saying that. And they're boasting the airport will open shortly, early. But they're already 2 years out of time. Look, it says it here. Mott says it is twice as long as originally planned. All right? So, so the first point I want to make is that Mott has said, you thief one of my articles.
I don't know why I saw this.
Thief one of my
No,
articles.
but
You can bring it up while we talk, guys.
Before you go, Richard, the cost of the airport in Trinidad, right?
Yeah.
I think it was estimated at $1.7 billion, right? Now, this is a smaller airport. And this costing estimated $1.6 billion. Where all that money going?
And it's not a building from scratch, It's a refurbishing.
1.6
It's a refurbishing. So, yeah, you can run all these slides as you see fit, Justin, regarding this issue. I'm going to read from one of the articles, the same article that comes behind this headline. It says, well, first of all, let me just say, Gleeds is a UK-based company that provides global property and construction consultancy services. And they say there is almost $500 million in scandal. That's what the article says, $500 million.
Before you continue, the article that we have on the screen there, where Imbert denies opposition claims, he says the cost overrun only $2.5 million.
Yeah, only $2.5 million.
Right? And then, when the cabinet note came out, what was the cost overrun?
You Russian man, Russian man.
As it came up in the air, I had to bring it up.
Cabinet has purportedly approved a note submitted to it by the finance ministry. So Shortman Imbert came to cabinet and said, I want money in the tune of $261.1 million for increased cost associated with the construction and refurbishment of the ANR International Airport Terminal in Tobago. The cabinet note, which would come under the hand of the Minister of Finance, Colin Imbert, dated November 28, detailed problems plaguing the project, including 200 million in claims from contractor China Railway. At yesterday's post-cabinet news conference at Whitehall in Port of Spain, Imbert, however, said the cost overrun stood at 2.5 million. So he went to post-cabinet briefing and said, Kamala is lying and misled and so on, and misleading the public. Is not half a billion, it's not close to half a billion, it's just 2.5 million. Man, just 2.5, that's what he says, right? Article goes on to say, what the minister did not reveal, article says that, what the minister did not reveal was that a note was taken to cabinet seeking millions in funding, and it was agreed that these funds would be met through loan financing and from drawing into the Ministry of Finance's own budgetary allocations. Imagine that. Imagine that. You want to know the title of the cabinet note? In case you was confused, in case you thought it was for other things in Tobago, Fali, I hope you're watching. In case you thought it was for other things, in case when Imbert went and did the press conference this week, he forgot, he didn't know, maybe the cabinet note wasn't clear. The title of the cabinet note is Increase in Expenditure with Respect to the Construction of a New Terminal and Associated Works at the ANR International Airport in Tobago.
The man getting amnesia?
I don't know now, boy. I don't know.
And he took the note to cabinet.
He took the note to cabinet. So what I wanted to do was give you all a timeline. Imbert first said in response to the opposition raising the issue, madness. All you lying, no cost overrun. Cost overrun you're
propaganda.
Talking about. He called it propaganda. As the first thing he said. And there are two reports from two external companies, Mott and Gleeds, who both say there are cost overrun in the tune of that amount, in the tune of $500,000. And then Imbert says no cost overrun, and then he tacks back and he says, okay, the cost overrun in 2.5 million. Just 2.5 million.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah, just neither. But when you're collecting 20 million in rent annually from your partner, when your best friend, your colleague, so there's no partners.
Your compare.
You see, your companion. Boy, when 20 million is your rent, of course 2.5 million wouldn't seem like much to you. And then, after that now, comes to say, after he says it's just 2.5 million, then it comes to be the truth, because he never says it. It comes to be the truth that he laid a cabinet note. I went to cabinet and asked for an allocation of, how much is it? He asked for an allocation of 261.1 million extra. And they plan on taking it by a loan to her.
And that is what causing the bacchanal right now.
Correct.
Because they're watching one another to see who gave Kamala the cabinet note. So they have problems there now. Everybody watching one another now.
You give it. Now, hold on. I want to tell the public, because I don't want anybody saying I misquote anything. Look, it says here. The Gleeds budget report at page 12 highlighted the need for an additional 348 billion TT. I say that correct? No, 348 million to complete the project by March 2025. Of this, TT 175 million and change is allocated for overruns. That is Gleeds' report saying that. Gleeds' report is saying 175 million TT is for overruns. But Imbert is saying that's a lie. It's only 2.5. All right? There's a breakdown of expenses per month, November, December, January, February, March, and so on. And the claim at page 14 of the report says it is estimated that the total cost of the project in overrun fees alone stands to be $67.91 million US dollars, approximately 461 million TT, which is $500,000.
$500,000,000.
Sorry, yes, $500 million, which is what the complaint is, which is what the opposition is saying. So the Gleeds report is saying that. The Gleeds report is saying that.
But how come only in Trinidad when this thing happens, nobody loses their job?
Yeah, imagine that.
In civilized countries, first world country, they go on, the people will make sure that they get out of office. But we have a set of people here who is just telephone protesters, social media protesters. That is what this be doing.
Yes. Now, there has been a call for a criminal investigation into these monies. There has been a call for Tobago to take this by the reins and deal with it. So Farley, if you're looking at it, you need to treat with this. You need to treat it wasted. They're using Tobago and saying his money in airport. Farley, I wonder if he needs some autonomy. You have a picture. Let's go, guys.
Because Farley under some pressure now, but I don't know. I hear a lot of people saying Farley did nothing wrong. They say Farley, he just call it as he see it.
Right.
Now, I don't want to get into it because, if I get into that, you know what they will say.
Yeah.
But I's a racist boy, I can't use them thing. So let it, people who look like one another, let them eat one another head. I have no problem with that. Let them do it. If I go to say it, I will get licks.
All I have to say is you see this madness of millions of dollars being wasted. Farley boy, imagine what you could do for tourism in Tobago if that money was available. Imagine what you could do if that money came to Tobago naturally. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Let's take a break, and then when we come back, we could open the phone lines. Let's pay some bills, guys.
We take
the power. To shatter the strongest. Conquer the indestructible with Ronex's collection of angle grinders. The power. To shatter the strongest. Conquer the indestructible with Ronex's collection of angle grinders.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, and roti makers. Try our high-quality bromate-free, all-purpose, and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg, and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisho Limited. Quality you can trust.
Ronix Premium Quality.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems, and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
Welcome back. Before we go further, I must give one more birthday wish because I do think I will be able to sleep or meet this person anywhere in Trinidad because she got buffed me up. You know them teachers like to buff up children? Well, this is a teacher. Her birthday was yesterday. Her name is Maria. Maria, and Moody's Ali boy? Ali. Maria, happy 45th birthday. All the best to you.
How you say the woman age?
Well, she wouldn't mind, 45. Maria is 45, she could be 46 next year, and next year she could be 47. And then the following year she could be 48. And people will always pick up on that. Maria, happy birthday to you, girl. All the best. Okay, that said and done, I think we could open the lines now and take calls, or you have anything further to discuss?
We could open the lines and continue the discussion, man. I find you count that in a way Imbert would not agree, eh?
What's that, boy?
You count normal, you count properly. Yeah, Imbert don't count so, Imbert just count in the millions.
You know, as we're talking on Imbert, I remember meeting Mr. Imbert around 2008, 2009.
You probably strain your neck looking down, boy.
And that is the time, I was working right opposite where he lived at the Maraval plant.
Mm-hmm.
Now that roadway to the plant, you have to actually drive over the river. So I saw him at one of his properties. So I asked the guy with me, I said, that is Mr. Imberton, I'm going to talk to him. And ask him, see what he could do for us. So the workers will be able to come in to the plant without being affected when the river is flooded. He said, boy, you going to talk to that man, boy? I said, yeah, boy, the man is the representative for the area. So I go on to talk to the man, no problem. The man say he don't know that happening. And he living right opposite the plant. Well, from the time he tell me that, I realize it makes sense asking him not yet. So I just listen to him and I boss it.
It was something that was happening high. You see, when it's high up in the sky, you can't see now.
I tell you, right opposite the man living by. And I think that river still passing. You have to pass that river and you know Marvel is flood. Hello, good night, caller. Hello?
Yeah, hello, good night.
Good night, sir. What area are you calling from?
I'm calling from St. Augustine.
All right, proceed.
I have a question. Do the president have any powers to call an inquiry into the money which was missing, according to the Auditor General, $2 million from Minister of Finance and the $77 million from Public Transport Corporation? Who has the powers to do this? Thank you, sir.
Parliament has a standing finance committee, public accounts committee, chaired by a member of the opposition. In this case, it is Attorney at Law, Mr. Dave Tanku. And they are in the process of hearing the entirety of the report, and then they will move forward. and they do have powers. They do have powers to question and recommend certain action moving forward. In this particular instance, my personal opinion is the action should be immediate commission of inquiry and criminal charges if the need arises, if the findings are so. FIU has very broad powers, very, very, very broad powers. Let them look into it. Let them review the findings of the Auditor General and let them take necessary action must be taken. Our phone lines are open, guys. You can call in tonight as we discuss the real animal farm, which is Trinidad and Tobago. The Napoleon complex is on the short man Imbert, while they take money in Tobago for the refurbishment of the A&R Robinson Airport.
So Richard, while we are waiting calls, you're looking to your crystal ball and think when the Prime Minister will call the election? If at all early?
I wanted to do a poll on that one of these shows, you know. If at all early. If I look at my crystal ball, boy, you see, the first thing we have to note is that he has recently made the announcement that he has invited CARICOM observers.
Right.
Right. Okay, that means the ball is rolling. Second thing is, screening is ongoing in the People's National Movement.
Right.
Some men not invited to screening, Hines and...
I don't know why you just have to insult Hines all the time.
Leons and so on. Some people are not welcomed in Balize House, but screening is ongoing. And then we have this airport, which seems to have an opening date set, and Imbert and Rowley want that date, no matter how much money it costs, want that date to be the ribbon cutting.
Right.
So it might be, they're in trouble in Tobago.
Well, that is why I kind of worried with the EBC in Trinidad.
Hold on, they're in trouble in Tobago because Fali, they lost the THA.
Right.
So they may be doing this in Tobago to have something to say in Tobago, because that's 2 seats that they want desperately. And you raise a serious concern there about EBC and the shifting boundaries and so on. And before we take this caller, just bear with us for 1 minute. Imagine they never shift any boundary in San Fernando West, which is our marginal, but they shift boundaries just south of San Fernando West. All of these constituencies just south. All the constituencies around. And you have to wonder why.
We'll get back to that. Let me don't keep the caller much longer. Hello, good evening, caller. Hello.
Good night.
Good night, sir. What area are you calling from?
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
All right, interesting program. What happened, listening to you all, where they're trying to rip off the country asset and money. All right, the animal farm, as they call it. All right, there's a certain lawyer from Shoguanas who is trying to do me the same thing. I would have paid him $4,000, a payment of $2,000 each. I asked for him to represent me in a matter. I asked his secretary for a receipt, a stamp receipt, and she told me that they do not have any stamp receipt.
Yeah.
The following week, I paid another $2,000, and the other secretary told me that the previous one have the stamp in the drawer. Lo and behold, when I told them I am coming to pay more money...
All right, caller, thanks. Thanks. All right, caller, thanks. You see, he started off the story by saying it's a lawyer in Shoguanas, and I don't want anybody to have any... a lot of lawyers in Shoguanas. Yes. I don't want anybody to have any issues with the show. All right? I was hoping the story would have had some relevance to the show and what we've discussed. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere of relevance. All right, let's deal with the other caller, please. Ooh, caller, turn down... Hi, caller. Turn down your television. Talk to us through the cell phone, please. Ooh, we lost that caller. Yeah. All right, guys. Yes, guys, you can call in and say anything. I mean, it's a public show, but have some relevance. And of course, we want to be very careful with what we say. We don't want anybody to have any... We're interested in having as many viewers as possible. We don't want all the lawyers in Shoguanas to boycott us.
Of course not.
All my neighbors, We don't want that at all. We don't want that at all. And of course, let's see if that caller that has some technical difficulties. Anytime you're calling, guys, turn down the television, talk to us through the cell phone, the telephone, as the case may be, and let's get this show on the road. So,
it have a radio station sometimes I listen in the morning because I ain't picking up 106.5, right? That's a station that has plenty political commentaries and talk show and things. But when I listen to this program, I think they just listen to our show, you know? Because it has some topics we discuss, and I hear them just be bringing it up.
Really? Did it sound like we?
Nah, they can't sound like we. They have a class.
Yeah, look, this one here says, Labre residents back rejection of MP McCletchy. Glad to see him go. The headline is, Labre happy to see McCletchy go. So that's another person not welcomed at Balize House for screening. You know, party is left searching for a representative. I think they had open back nominations for one of the seats as well. That's Leonce's seat, one of the Labantil seats. They open back nomination for that.
But they say Leonce or nobody?
Yeah, the constituency said Leonce or nothing. And then Labre is saying, glad to see McCletchy go. So the people have a say in who...
No, but you see, that is just, how I should say it, boy, that is just old talk, you know? Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, whosoever they put with a Balize tie, going to go up there and win the seat. That is how the politics of this country is.
Yeah. So you was talking about, thinking about when could be the election date.
Yes.
When could be the election date?
No, Carnival is a nice time, you know. When they're drunk, they will go and vote. You know,
well, they're looking at March to open the...
We have a caller here. Let me take him one time. Hello, good night, caller. Hello?
Yeah, Nisam, good night. Richard, good night.
Hi, good night, caller.
Good evening.
Right, here it is, right? Two things I just want to bring to all your attention, right? First of all, I was watching the news tonight and the Attorney General apologizing to Tobago for the autonomy bill and whatever, right? But I'm kind of confused as to why he apologizing to Tobago. Why he apologizing to Tobago? Because it takes 9 years to come up with this water-down bill? Or because the opposition didn't want to support the bill, so he decided to apologize to Tobago? I'm confused. Anybody can help me figure out what is he trying to talk about?
No, but one of the questions I keep asking, now I am following this story at all to tell you the truth, but I just want people to just, like, I will ask a question and if they could probably shed some light on it. Like, for instance, why the opposition didn't support the bill? You know?
Well, they say the bill is a water-down bill. That's why they couldn't support the bill.
Right, but yes, they say water down, but let me try and be
more specific.
Right? More specific. Okay. You know, things like that. That's why I just want people to say, well, they didn't support it because of this. Read this article here and because of that. And that is where people getting carried away. Because they're just supporting a particular party and they're towing the line. Because right now, if you check, that is what's going on. PNM supporters supporting the PNM on pushing it forward and they're blaming the UNC. And the UNC supporters saying, well, they're not supporting it because it watered down. That is where it reached. You understand?
Yeah, correct. But I just want to make two comments before I go further. Let me tell you, right? First of all, we don't want the PNM back there in 2025, right?
Let me repeat that one more time.
We don't want back the PNM days. After 2025, we don't want to see them days.
Wait again. I was closing my fridge door. Let me say it one more time again.
Yeah, now we don't want them. We don't want them days.
Right.
But let me tell you the problem. If UNC and Kamala come back into power, right? The problem going to be that you see everybody that's starting to protest and everybody that's opening them out now and talking about increase, everybody going to want their 14%.
Exactly.
20%. Within the first 3 months of a UNC government coming into power there, after being starved 10 years, they don't want to pressure the woman the first 3 months to give them all the money they wanted, and that will be the problem. Because them they expect she now to wave a magic wand and give them all our money one time. That will only starve them for 10 years. But nobody ain't gonna stand up and watch what is going on right now. All these union leaders and everybody. Nobody ain't gonna watch that. Let me tell you something, fellas. You see the people of this country, we get the government that we solely deserve here, you know.
Correct.
The people in this country, powerfully stupid, you know. And they don't understand what it is they will be doing when election come around, you know. And let me tell you something before I go. Do not be surprised. 2025, PNM stay right here. Mark my words, don't be surprised to stay right here next year. I'll enjoy it tonight.
Yeah, man, good.
Yeah. So
hear that?
Our phone lines are open, guys. We're going to take our last break for the night, pay some bills, come back to y'all, and deal with some callers, take some calls, take some public interest issues, and then close off for the night. So let's take our third and final break, guys.
The power. To shatter the strongest. Conquer the indestructible with Ronix's collection of angle grinders.
On all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Southern Main Road, Cunupia.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high-quality bromate-free, all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Cunupia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
Ronix's premium quality.
All right?
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back. Good night, caller. Hello?
Yes, hi.
Good night.
I have a few questions to ask you. I mean, I saw Kamala saying that we don't want anybody from the West, from the Caribbean, and I agree with her, and I think we should get someone independent either from the States or Canada, you know, to oversee the election. Now, can you tell me whether the EBC, they're the one who count the vote, and I mean, they're the only people, none of the parties are allowed to get there, or what?
All right, let's take all the questions, caller. Oh, he left already?
Hello?
Caller?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, yeah, let's get all the questions.
Yeah, I think, you know, in the local election, they had it there, and when they rechecked, Kamala lost by 1 vote. And all the people were what, the PNM people? So it's the same story. That's why I'm asking. If at the counting of the votes, if you have the opposition member there or no, and if it's only an EBC, do they have the account to do whatever they want?
I think they normally have someone. They have someone from the political party there.
That's it, caller?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
All right, okay. So I mean, if you've voted before, you know that there's when you enter the polling booth, there's some representative from each party. That's by choice.
A mock station.
Yeah, well, sometimes there's a mock station outside, yes. And then inside the polling station, there's a representative. They keep track of the consecutive numbers of votes and make sure that the numbers add up. The numbers of votes in the ballot box equal the number of people that came in to vote and so on. So to answer your question, caller, yes, there is by choice. You can choose to send a representative. It's a poll clerk, yes? It's a poll clerk. And there's a form to fill out and so on to register your poll clerks. Everything is quite official. In terms of your question of who counts the ballot, that's the election, that's the presiding officer, and that's an EBC public servant. That's an agent of EBC. But there are persons there to monitor the process. I mean, it's a democratic process at the end of the day. So I do hope I answered your questions. One day we will go through the entire process in more detail and look at the legislation. We have another caller.
Hello, good night. Hello.
Hi, good night.
Good night, sir.
Just imagine how long in but 9 years he teaching. It just
Hold on, caller.
We have no evidence of that. So we have to be careful.
9 years he's a member of cabinet, Minister of Finance.
Yeah. But next thing too, if Mr. Kama should come back in power, whatever the previous caller said, everybody will want everything they lost and not paying them. Everybody will want the job and salary, everything everybody has ever want.
Yeah.
They're stretching 3 months time.
Yeah.
So I think everybody good way they deserve what they get.
Yeah. I think, thanks caller, thanks for that. I think the point is these people know what job they're vying for. When you apply for a job, you go to the interview and you're asking for the job. In this case, the opposition leader is asking for a job she once held. She knows what she's asking for. She's applying for the job. So while I hear your concern, because it echoes the sentiment of a previous caller as well, I think she's fully well aware of what she's stepping into. But she has opted, the opposition and all of its members, they've opted to put themselves out for service, even though they are going to experience that attitude that you all are talking about, even though they are going to be faced with a Herculean task of addressing the foreign exchange crisis, the criminal injustice crisis, a collapsing health sector, ongoing negotiations with these wage issues and so on. So I think they know that. I don't think that's in dispute at all. In spite of what may very well be one of the greatest challenges our country has ever seen, one of the greatest challenging years and periods of our existence, they're asking for the job. And we have to accept that they know what they're getting themselves into.
Correct.
So there was a call. I think we lost the caller. In the meantime, let's run that video showing. Well, you want to introduce the video?
This is an interview. I cannot recall exactly how long ago, but this is just to bring back to the viewers and the people of this country the type of person we have as a prime minister. Let's watch this video.
Do you see equal defense for the golf course remark?
The golf course remark, again, what is that?
Equipping a woman to a golf course that needs grouping.
It is the element of care and attention that I was pointing to.
Why does a woman need to be a subject of care and attention?
Why?
More than a man.
I've never cared anything to any man. I can't.
But you didn't make a reference about a man's personal appearance. You made it about a woman's.
No, because you see, it's all well and good for you to say that and make an issue of it. But you know, if you tell a woman she's not looking good, if she asks you how I look, and you say, you look horrible, you will know I would know what trouble I'm in. So I have an understanding, right? And we talk about something being angelic. You know why? because it looks like an angel.
They're male angels.
I have never.
Why feminize, in other words? Why bring the feminine element into those comments?
It's the first time I've heard gender ascribed to angel. But I'm telling you, I'm saying the word angelic.
In the Christmas season, the angel Gabriel was a male.
The word angelic means virtual perfection, right? Art, beauty, grace, power. You know. So if you say, I want an angelic this, it is not that you are converting an angel into something cheap. The way that statement was meant in saying the grooming of the golf course, and it was not a woman that will turn into a pasture, it is a golf course that will turn into a pasture if it is not cared for the way you care for a woman.
That is our Prime Minister.
Mm-hmm.
The most shameless Prime Minister in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I wonder people in other Caribbean countries watching this video and seeing this man, what they will think not of him, but what they will think of us as a people. Putting back this man after all that he did and say as the Prime Minister again.
Yes. No respect for women. I think those were the sentiments at the time, and that rings true even to this day. That's why people in his cabinet feel comfortable making those kinds of remarks in Parliament. They follow their leader. And if the leader is exhibiting that kind of behavior, that kind of anti-feminist train of thought, then what do you expect from a cabinet? You know, and that's absolutely ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. And always wrong and strong, eh?
He very aggressive. When
Yeah, he's very aggressive when faced with those kinds of issues. And in truth, I think we wanted to run back one more time for those of you who may have missed it, and simply to show you how this short man syndrome displays himself. I think we want to run back the input video one more time, guys.
The price of fuel by 15%. I then realized that was not enough. I came back again in April and I raised it again by 15%. And I came back again just a few weeks ago and raised it by another 15%. They haven't rioted yet. So I might raise it by another 15% in April of next year.
Giggling, laughing at us. They may riot yet, so I might raise it. One spitting in our faces.
And the next one laughing.
Ridiculous.
We deserve the government.
Ridiculous. Yes.
Richard, I kind of tired, you know, so I don't know if you want to end off early tonight.
No. You know, I would tell it, take a emergency or something. We have callers on the line.
All right, sir.
And so on. Hold on, before we take the caller, someone just sent me, it's 10% in relation to the in Guyana, 10% retroactive salary increase for public servants from January 1st, 2024 onwards. 8% salary increase for public servants in 2025. Qualification allowance. If you have ACCA qualification, 15,000 per month. Master's degree, 22,000 per month. And a PhD, 32,000 per month. Oh, God.
Don't tell me you're looking to go Guyana.
Oh, God. I would stay and fight for my country, boy. Fight for my country.
All right, caller. Good night. Hello?
A very good evening and assalamu alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum assalam.
So this is in nowhere disrespecting the program. I've never done this. I would never do this. This is in the public domain. And Telecommunication Authority, this is my view and not the views of IBN. Have no fear. Don't worry. Nothing to get anybody in any trouble.
Right.
So the Prime Minister once referred to a certain high-level politician as a Jamet. He referred to a high-level politician as a Wajang. He even described the schoolgirls as hyenas in an African jungle. So what is his problem? You could call people names and somebody say you is a house slave and you vex. Come on, man, get a life, all the best. Thank you.
Anthony Collar sums it up nicely. All of those statements that the caller made reference to, you notice all of them were anti-feminine?
Exactly.
Anti-feminine?
The man have a serious problem, boy.
I never noticed that before. I always knew he was aggressive.
Aggressive, disrespectful,
bully
arrogant.
behavior, yeah.
Patrick Manning could not have said it any better.
Yes. Yes. If the gentleman does not get his way,
he gets like a raging bull. I can't mind word for word. He has wajang behavior.
Yes. Yes. I can't imagine where those anti-feminist thoughts and feelings originated from. Is everything okay at home, Dr. Rowley? Is everything? And he has daughters, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And sons.
Yes, he has daughters, because I know there was an issue with some property in his daughter's name and not his, or was in his name and then signed over to the daughter. I don't know.
No, that when they rise in Eden. Right.
Two property in Tobago, both was in the daughter and the wife's name.
And he said he was the best salesman.
Yes.
Where he get the discount from a P&M financier. He get the best discount from a P&M financier. So he's the best salesman. And I always like to bring this point across. When Mr. Pandey bought his flat in London for his daughter, and I think he got money from Brian Quaitong, Carlos John, right. And they took him to task for that. They took Mr. Pandey to task for that. Mr. Pandey is not a good salesman. He cannot bargain, but Mr. Rowley could bargain. He's the best salesman. Well, yes, we reach. We reach. Well, folks, I guess we have also reached the end of the program. So again, we would like to thank you all for viewing, for your input. And be safe outside there, because you know with the Christmas season, watch how you're handling your cash. Watch when you're driving home who is following you. Be careful, because there are predators just waiting to pounce on you. So my advice to you tonight is to just be safe.
Yeah,
Richard?
Of course. Of course. And I see someone is saying that it is a brand new airport and not a renovation. And again, I'm just going to read the title of the Cabinet note: increase in expenditure with respect to the construction of a new terminal. A new terminal. As far as I know, terminals are attached to airports. Yes. Terminals are part of an existing airport. So, and on that note, I agree with Uncle Nazim. We've come to the end of our program, and we thank you all for viewing and joining us on Wednesday nights, Breaking Barriers. We hope that you've enjoyed the show. We're on every Wednesday. It reruns on Saturdays. It's live on Facebook, and it's available, on Facebook and YouTube. Join us again next week, same time. I think Christmas Day is a Wednesday, and New Year's is a Wednesday as well, so we have to work something out for that.
Well, we'll probably have sorrel and ginger beer.
You bring the sorrel, I bring the ginger beer.
All right, well, we could see how that will play off.
There we go. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I hope you like the matching colors Uncle Nazim and I had planned for you all.
Yeah, good night, folks.